Ever since I was a jit, I knew I was a winner. I pray to God forgive me cause I'm a born sinner. Got more on my plate than a Thanksgiving dinner. Gotta save for any days cause shit do get thinner.
Yo, how we giving it up, man? It's your boy Jumpout L.O. And you tuned in to Check Your Mental. And today I want to talk about stop going back, right? Stop going back to things that aren't for you. And I'm saying this from experience, right? I noticed that sometimes I pray to God and I'm like, yo, God, please remove anything and everything that isn't for me, right? And sometimes I start losing people. Sometimes I start losing things, or I notice things that aren't serving me anymore, right? But when things get back to normal, you go back to that same situation again, or that old relationship, or that old friendship, and you kind of forget why you left in the first place, right? And then God has a funny way of reminding you, like, hold on, didn't I remove you from this situation before? Oh, you went back. Okay. I'm going to let you live for a little bit, but I'm going to remind you of why I set you free from that situation in the first place, right? And I go through that very often, right? Because sometimes the biggest mistake us as human beings make is believing that everybody has the same heart that you do, believing that people have the same intentions that you do. Some people aren't pure, some people aren't honest. Some people are serving two gods, right? You can't walk with light and darkness at the same time, right? Some people are serving the devil, flat out. Call it what you want it, the evil spirits, the Illuminati, whatever. If you're not living righteously, you're living wrong. If you're not doing things in a godly way, you're living foul. And I fall short of God's glory many times. But every day I get on my knees and ask for forgiveness for my sins. Every day I ask God to give me a reset on life, on what I could do differently. And today's episode led me to that, right? Why go back? Why go back to those people, to those things that you know aren't for you, right? And you prayed for this. I know I do. I pray for it all the time. I say, yo, God, please remove anything and anybody that isn't for me. And I start losing friends, right? I start losing people that I thought were for me. God removes you from places that God removed you from people that were talking about you when you weren't there. They were having bad conversations, and for you to avoid that pain, he removes you silently, right? Because he knows what those people might have meant to you. He knows that those people might have been important part of your life, right? I got lost my train of thought for a second, right? They might have been like a very important part of your life at the moment. So you know, he doesn't want you to be hurt and disappointed. So he removes you silently. But we tend to go back to these places because we want closure. Sometimes we want to know, hey, man, did I do anything to you? What happened? You just stopped talking to me. The situation just went sour. I don't remember doing anything to you. Sometimes that's your prayer. You prayed for this, right? You asked God to remove things from you. You removed them. Now that he removed them, now you're questioning why you left. You prayed for this. You asked for this, right? So don't be surprised when God answered these prayers for you. When he removed these things for you. Or it could be a bad habit. You could have been addicted to alcohol, right? And now that you're fine, you start drinking again, right? And then you go through an episode being drunk or whatever that he reminds you of why you stopped drinking in the first place, right? So don't go back to that comfort zone. I speak about this a lot because for me, repetition is the only way to learn. I have to keep repeating things, repeating, and that's how I learn. So maybe somebody's like me. You need to hear things a million times in order for that thing to register, right? Lately, I ain't gonna lie, I almost gave up on recording or making videos, on everything, just because I almost let somebody's opinion about me affect my life, right? And it's funny how God works, how the universe works, right? So I'm sitting on my couch, my mom walks in there and she goes to me. I swear, she didn't know anything that was going on. She's like, you know what, son? She said, a lot of people stop doing what they love because somebody said something. And People shouldn't stop doing what they love just because somebody says something. And I felt like God sent her to the living room to tell me that. Because when she said that, I was just sitting there like, yo, is she reading my mind? Does she know what I'm going through at the moment? Right? And it's true. Opinions aren't facts, right? And what people say or think about you doesn't reflect who you are as a person, right? Doesn't reflect who you are. And it's not true. It's not you. You know who you are as a person, as a human, as everything. So others' opinions should not matter or affect you, right? Does it hurt? Absolutely it does hurt. Because we're people, right? But don't let it stop you from being great. Don't let it stop you from chasing your dreams. Don't let it stop you from chasing your goals. Don't let it stop you for anything, right? So again, going back to the subject in hand, stop going back. Stop going back to those places and them people that made you feel a certain way. Follow your intuition. Follow your gut feeling. I spoke about this in my previous episode, right? But I'm going to continue to speak on this because that's something that I'm currently going through. I will no longer ignore my gut feeling. I will no longer ignore my intuition. I will not longer ignore the signs. And I will no longer give people the benefit of the doubt. I'm not doing that. I'm not giving anybody the benefit of the doubt. I've done that many times and it ended up biting me in the butt. So from now on, if you're showing me your true colors, I'm going to believe you. And I'm going to separate myself. Because I believe that that's the pattern that God has been showing me. That is the pattern. The pattern is people show you who they are, but we choose to see the good in everybody. And in reality, there's some people have no good in them. Some people have alternative motives. And I want you to wake up, viewers. I want you to wake up. And I want to ask you this. When was the time that you ignored your gut and it ended up biting you in the butt, right? What did you do about it? And what are you going to do? If you haven't done nothing about it, what are you going to do about it? I'm here to tell you that you should do something about it, right? Don't keep going back to these same places. So I'm going to end up with that today, right? Nice and short, straight to the point. And make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share the channel, because we're trying to spread love and positivity to the world. And remember, nobody can stop you but you. God already set a path for you. The universe already set a path for you. You just got to walk that path and take whatever come with it, with your head held high. And don't let anything or anybody stop you from being great. So you tuned in to Check the Mental. It's your boy Jumpout L.O. Man.
When you speak the truth, they hate that shit. And shame on you if you mislead the youth. How you 35 with a missing tooth? You don't feed your kids, but you in the booth.